Pinterest board looks like, you've got to read these books. My name is Yona. I'm a librarian at Field Teen Center, and these are 6 Cottage-core books you've got to try. The Cottage-core aesthetic is all about a return to simpler times and simpler activities, like gardening and picnicking, or reading books under a tree. One book you might consider reading is Howl's Moving Castle. It's about a young hat maker named Sophie who is cursed and turned into an old woman. And then she meets Howl, whose castle does indeed move around the English countryside, and they get into a lot of antics and learn to love one another. If you've seen the movie, some of this will already sound familiar to you, but the book is pretty different. It's both more laid back and weirder than the movie, but also Sophie is so much more powerful in the books, and it's part of a long series. So you can really lay back and get to know Howl and Sophie in a lot more depth, making this a wonderful, cozy read to invite spring and summertime vibes into even the coldest winter months under your favorite blanket. And we can't have spring and summer without flowers. And in Flower Heart by Rebecca Bakewell, the main character gets more flowers than she's ready for. She has the magical ability to create plants and flowers with her touch, but unfortunately she can't control this ability. And when she touches her father, she accidentally creates these poisonous blooms growing from his chest. And obviously she has to try to fix that, and the only person who can help her learn how to control and fix her magical problems is her former best friend, Xavier, who's grown really distant. This friends to lovers fantasy has such a beautiful cover. I want to live there. If the corsets and fashion of Cottage-core are more your speed, try The Davenports. It's a historical fiction about Chicago during the Gilded Age, and is a must-read for anyone who wants to know more about Black history in the United States, carriages, bustles, and juicy relationship drama. If you're more interested in drama that takes place in the woods, try A Far Wilder Magic by Allison Saft, in which an alchemist boy from the city and a reclusive hunter girl are forced to work together in a competition to hunt a dangerous mythical fox for money that they both desperately need. This is an enemies to friends to lovers story featuring a character implied to have dyslexia and a relationship between the fantasy equivalent of a Jewish girl and a Catholic boy, who both face discrimination from their communities. And when you're done reading that one, check out A Warning About Swans by R.M. Romero. It's a slightly spooky, dreamy, beautiful retelling of a fairy tale in poetry. It includes a swan maiden who can bring dreams into reality and a painter who can only paint true things. For a bonus read by the same author, try The Ghost of Rose Hill. This is another beautiful, dreamy cover that I want to live in, and features a girl who makes friends with a ghost. Romero is one of the only authors I know of who is both Latina and Jewish, so she brings a really interesting perspective to her spooky, ethereal, but sweet stories. And rounding out this set of suggestions with a more realistic story that's still perfect to bring to a picnic is The Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Neme. It's a gentle, sweet rom-com about a girl with dreams of taking over her abuela's bakery, but ends up spending the summer in England and getting to know a boy who runs a tea shop. It's cozy and feel-good and will make you want to eat a pastry. Another bonus read from this author is The Library of Lost Things, which is another rom-com which features instead a library. It's a little more indoorsy than Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow, but I think it's still great for book lovers who enjoy Cottage-core vibes. If you're looking for even more recommendations, check out our channel for tons of book reviews, and check the description box for all of the ways to get in touch with us and ask for even more custom recommendations. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you find something great to read.